To the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
To approve of the agenda. Any additions to it? Deletions from it? Anybody else?
Are you recording since Simone isn't here?
I'm recording on video and I can turn her. There we go.
Redundancy.
I make a motion we approve the agenda as is.
Second, please.
Second.
All in favor? 3, public forum. Anyone want to raise an issue with the board that is not related to be discussed this evening? No? Moving on. Approval of minutes of September 9th. Corrections in this? Motion made, is that you, Dan?
Yep.
Motion to approve as submitted, I guess.
Yep.
What's got a correction?
One word, still we made, express concern that we should adopt the ordinance. I think
What
it
page you on?
should know.
Yeah, that's
That's on,
page 3.
Page 3,
Okay.
the end of the first.
Yep. So motion made and, actually we need a second on that.
I'll second it with that word change.
And noted a correction of words missing. Anybody have anything else that they missed?
Should that say Phil Abbey expressed concern whether we should adopt?
That we should not
Should
adopt.
not
We
adopt.
should not adopt.
Motion to approve without a correction. All in favor? Five, committee board reports.
Okay, comp plan committee will meet tomorrow night, 7 p.m. here in the library. Planning board will meet Thursday the 26th at 7 p.m. in the library. Selectmen, you guys, you have increased highway ask.
Lately, all our moves take place on Thursday by the time I get out of work.
That's fine. And then, just a reminder that the next selectmen's meeting will be on Tuesday, October 15th, due to the Columbus Day holiday.
With intention of being kind of building Thursday night. Beautiful. I didn't know that.
New business, selectmen to consider the approval of signing off on-premise catering permit for Krabby Bear Restaurant for an event to be held in the campground 1299 Portland Road on October 19th, 2013.
And as stated in my memo, typically you'll see a schematic provided with these. This will be held in the lodge or the meeting room at the campground.
We have code enforcement's blessing.
Yes, we do.
And a motion then to approve.
Second.
Motion to approve the application for special permit off premises. All in favor?
We'll sign that.
Who made that motion?
Jason Nettle.
Second?
Second was Phil Abbey.
Okay.
Motion to print your name to I know, mine is in there. I got a read signature print.
You didn't know when these ones that said, you know, directly for the side of this house. Do it in the white space.
Well, that's okay, we need four, we're all set.
Okay, the next item is to discuss, provide some input with respect to our Route 1 property at our delightful site.
Yes. I think I can sum it up, but if anybody has any positives that they'd like to add, I'll take those.
You know, besides the construction piece of it, you know, I always hear, you know, we want to keep a rural character over London. So they're trying to promote Route 1 as a business and trying to create more businesses to go on Route 1. I think Town Hall kind of, if you put Town Hall there, where's the rural character? And to me, that defeats that whole rural character. So never mind the construction cost, I don't think it belongs on Route 1, but simply for that.
I've said that before, so I
Yeah.
don't like the location. Even if it's a decent piece of ground, I just don't think that's appropriate. I mean, not, of course, Kenny Bunk's on Route 1, or that's to it. Where's this George Wells?
No, 109.
9.
Yeah, 9.
Right there, right as you get off Route 1 of Bell's House Pizza, it's right there.
Yes, that's right. Again, close to, Route 1, so it's not unheard of, certainly.
See, I think that when you go through any small town, I mean, with us, Route 1 seems to be our main street. And any small town you go through, you'll probably find your town hall on Main Street. I think that if it was there on Route 1, I mean, I'm not saying yes or no, but if it was there on Route 1, I think that it would actually bring in business to that area. Although I don't know how many more businesses you can get in that area, but I think it would attract people to that because the town hall is there.
Well, the proposed zoning amendments slated to try to do exactly that, to encourage mixed uses in two different areas, as I understand it. I'm moving on at this point in time, so there's something said for that. But I don't know, even with, Kenny Buck, you're doing 25 miles an hour, you're going like town hall, not 55 or 50 or whatever the speed limit is.
I think,
Jim said 40. He said it was 40.
is it 40 through there?
It's 40.
Is it really?
So when you check, on the other side of the Kennebunk River, there's a 35 going north,
Yeah.
and then, right
Right after the seafood
by
center.
between the seafood center and the campground,
Yeah.
there's a 40 sign.
Is it really?
Yeah, and going south, it's 30 all the way, 35 all the way.
And it doesn't get to 50 until after you go by, I think it's Fritz. Right there by Fritz going towards Biddeford going north, goes to 50. Just that section right in through there is 50.
You could have wrote a lot of songs out there to sing.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So I guess what we have is two options on this, by the sounds of it, and seeing a lot, and knowing what the site development, assuming what the site development costs are going to be, it would look like we need to go a different route. But that's what I'm gleaning from the conversation. I can bring you the options of the other parcels that we own. Those parcels are constrained by even less visibility and access through the transfer station, or trying to negotiate access from Main Turnpike Authority off of the Limerick Road, but there's also the problem of site distances of an entrance in that location. Short of town-owned property, we'll be looking for parcels that people are willing to sell at a reduced rate or pay full price for it.
How big a parcel do we need for this?
That's a 6,000 square foot building proposed with the meeting room, and another 100 parking spots. 100 parking spots is about 2 acres. I say pretty close to it. So we're looking.
100 spots, wouldn't be over an acre.
No.
Yeah,
So we would
Could you
look.
do, you got 22, this is 100 cars.
Yep.
You got about 22 parking spots across, 9 feet each.
Yep.
And then you got, I think there's 20 going the other way.
So I would say probably at a minimum 3 acres. Does that sound?
What's the size of this lot right now?
The lot that we have is 10 acres, 10.8. So if you look at that,
You're losing half.
yeah, and if you get rid of the recreation area, you're looking at about a quarter of it, so.
3 acres you'd be able to.
I did have a, the only person who's been following this, who's contacted me is, Doris.
Cashero.
No, not Doris, Billy Halsick's brother, sister,
Sister.
owns a parcel that abuts the Public Works garage. She has 5 acres there. It's got frontage on the mountain road. She's the only other person who's come out through this to say, why don't you take a look at that lot?
That's before because that lot comes out, before the town garage. So we put the town hall just before the town garage.
So yeah, you would go by Bergeron Drive, there's that house on the corner, and then
Yeah.
there's the field right there. So it would back up to the public.
Would it be off the mountain road, or could we come in off Bergeron Drive right next to the town garage?
We could do that. There's wetlands back there, so there'd be some wetland filling required in the very back of the Public Works garage. I don't know if we can negotiate without having to get through that wetland. I don't know if there's enough area to do that, but that would be an option, and I can have a conversation with her to see. Other than that, we have to start looking for possibilities. Phil had said, possibly speaking to Stephen Emerson, who just bought Mrs. Todd's property, to see if he's interested in splitting that lot.
Yeah, because he might end up getting his money back.
So,
He'd sell us that lot.
and I've had no correspondence whatsoever from Mrs. Young. I think that's a kind of a dead issue, unfortunately.
I'll check on the Oliver estate.
Oliver Estate, yes.
Yeah, that was, I was thinking,
It's pretty close.
where's that, Tom?
The one here on the mountain road with the barn and the house on the other
Yeah,
side.
yeah.
Mr. Oliver died. And I don't know, I think Richard's
I believe so.
son. He'd be interested in selling a portion of it anyway. So that barn is that's on the ground.
Yeah.
Is it long right on the corner there?
Right.
Right on the road.
Nice and straight.
So maybe it's tomorrow, so I don't think it's going to happen.
That's not enough.
We tried that once.
You want to try again?
We tried to buy like 20 feet in the front of that barn, we could straighten out the road. And
I'll look for more options, and I'll come back with information. If anybody thinks of anything, anybody has any, wonderful brainstorm, send me an email, and I'll be more than happy to follow up on it.
Okay, next item is to,
I approached Mr. Emerson, representing the board.
as far as I'm concerned,
You can't take any official action, but
No, no.
absolutely.
that's the water. So
Yeah, absolutely.
Go there and tell them, know where we're at.
And I don't know if we
And,
have.
tell them what we're trying to do, what we'd like to do, and if we have any interest in helping out.
Certainly.
I'm willing to do that.
Very grateful.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, next item is to correct the municipal order that we approved and signed last week, just to clean up, as I understand, we have a typed
Yeah, this is the
without.
type version without my little hand scratch.
Todd, are you gonna put this on a future agenda to discuss?
Yes, I am. Yeah. I haven't discussed the revision with Ryan yet, so we're going to have Ryan come in and have a conversation with the board.
Okay, the next item is to consider requests from the registrar of voters / town clerk to vary the hours RSA, section 122, sub 8.
This eliminates the evening hours for registration and for absentee voting. This is a typical request for any election that happened in town that has some, that it's something that's been passed in the past.
I'll make
We've
that
done
motion.
several elections in a row now, because it's kind of been known as they have to be at the town hall in the evening.
With another employee.
Yeah.
Tom, are you aware of any negative feedback because of this decision?
Haven't gotten any, she said the last time that they did it, there were just nobody came. They held the evening hours and there was nobody came. But nobody's complaining that it's not available.
I think that's why we changed it. I think it wasn't just the last time, I think the last couple of times. You end up with 2 employees.
You're saying they voted registration, so I
Yeah.
Exactly.
doesn't make any sense.
I'll second the motion.
Motion and second to approve the request, all in favor? Okay, the next item is to consider approval, for approval, and on signature, the extended leave, sick leave policy as presented.
We have done every one of them this time.
Okay.
Change the wills and the musts to shalls, and every reference to accrued holiday compensation has been removed except for the donee, who will have to exhaust that before they're able to accept that time.
Does anybody have any questions or concerns about?
Something that just came to mind. Are you guys, do you accrue sick time by the hours that are worked, or is it
Per pay period.
per pay period you accrue, whatever, half hour, whatever?
2.3 hours, I think, per pay period, yes.
So would the donatees still keep the accrued time?
They would have to use their accrued time first, and then use the donated time, because you still accrue if you're out on sick leave. So you'd slowly be accruing it as you're out on sick leave, but you'd have to use what you have. So as you're accruing it, you're using your time and then using the time that has been donated.
It's been donated.
Yes.
Anything else, folks? Entertaining then a motion to approve and sign the policy on extended sick leave.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Any further discussion, questions? All in favor? Okay, the next item is informational, and Mr. O'Neill apparently found in favor of the municipality in the matter of Dubois Livestock Inc., aka Dubois Livestock and Excavating Inc., which is town of Arundel et al., the composting facility.
That is correct. They have 21 days from, I believe, Friday was the date.
The date is entered, which may not be the date he signed it, so
State was when they signed it.
does it say when it's entered? Shouldn't have one. Probably a day or two after, same day or a day after.
So roughly 21 days from the 16th to appeal to the main law court. In the event that they do appeal, this will go through that additional step. Leah has advised us to wait out that 21 days before proceeding with any further action. So we'll see how that 21 days goes, and I'll inform you at the next meeting. By that next meeting, it will have expired, and we'll know which will go.
So obviously they must know about this, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Doesn't have that.
Well, I was talking to somebody about this yesterday, and he said, nothing about it.
Really?
Somebody really close looking at it
Yeah.
was there, so, must have been related back to that individual.
Okay. There is a informational issue here as well, with respect to an October 7th, 2015 public forum in regards to the RSU 21 major renovation projects to be held at KDS.
Kennebunk High School at the Economos Auditorium. And I just want to make one thing clear to all of you, as you are the selectmen, and you'll probably get questions on this. If you go to the last page of the document, where it says Arundel $13.75, Kennebunk $13.83, and Kennebunk $12.17, that would be the impact per month for a taxpayer per $100,000 of assessed value. So it's not $13.75 a year, $13.75 twice a year, that's every month. So when people are coming to you and asking you your opinion of this, I just ask that I'll be doing the same thing, that let them know that this has been broken down by month. And I spoke to Diane Robbins, and she said that is the reason she voted against, was because she felt that that was misleading. So we need to just make sure we make it clear to the individuals that that will be their monthly charge for $100,000.
That was not even discussed at the meeting.
Oh.
I'm not sure where Diane is coming from.
Oh, really?
That dollar figure was not discussed at the RSU 21. I think Diane voted because of the price tag of $75 million. Because I was waiting to hear how much it was going to affect, and nobody said anything about it. They were going to put those numbers together and present them at the public hearing at the next meeting.
Yep. So that would be a 20-year bond on the full project. Any questions, concerns, comments in regards to that? And the election will be in January, is my understanding.
Okay,
That Economos Auditorium,
Yes.
that's the one, that's not the big gym. That's the auditorium with the seats that go, you know, we have auditorium seating
Yes, ma'am.
and the stage.
They'd better set up so that if this approved, and then they can get the funding, they can fit the new one into what's already designed. So the private funding that they're going after,
Yep.
if they get the, I forget how much million that is.
15 million or so.
Yeah. So the regular auditorium is built, and if they get private funding, they can what it is just add-ons to that whole, and you don't have to kind of redo stuff.
Tell your friends and neighbors as well.
We may always inform you
They said they were going to do a couple of
Information.
informational, and wanted to say something, and I got on something else, but when I go to the next meeting, I'm going to ask them if they could have one here, have one of those meetings here at an everyday school. Just, maybe that is their intent, I don't know, I'm not sure, but I will ask that suggestion.
It's kind of been practice in the past.
when they started the process, they went from town to town.
Okay. Any further comments relative to the camping vehicle temporary occupancy ordinance that we're going to put before the voters this November? There's one public hearing with respect to it. Does anyone else have any other comments, changes they want, revisions, other than Phil?
That will be at the next meeting to go over this with any members of the public as they.
We're going to have a public hearing at the next meeting.
Yes.
Yeah.
I figured if it was either that or to schedule an additional meeting, because the last meeting in October was only 8 days before the election, so that would be covered. And if there's major changes that come out of that, we can repost the public hearing and we'll have time to do that within the 10 days.
Okay. House bill issue. Okay, we schedule a public hearing on junkyard permits Tuesday, October 15th, 7:15 p.m. here in the library.
And this one is required to be signed because it's state statute requires it to be posted in the same manner as the town meeting warrant.
We need a motion.
Yeah, motion to
This warrant.
Yes.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor? That's on the calendar.
That is-
You need a motion to schedule a public hearing on the junkyard permits?
I do not, just,
That's just the motion.
yeah, just need you to agree to schedule it for that date.
Okay, treasurer's report?
Provided to you, in your packet. Any questions on the treasurer's report, expenses or revenues?
On page 3 from the fire department, we
Yes.
got some percent spent, over 100% for their insurance. Was that something they didn't expect?
Nope, that was a workman's compensation error and it's been fixed. This is as of the end of August and we fixed it in September. The warrant articles break. What it is the workers' comp should come out of the firefighter EMT, should come out of the volunteer company, and it was all coming out of the fire department.
Oh, okay. That was the only one I had.
Anybody else have any questions about the report? Moving on. Motion to approve and sign the payroll warrants.
Yes.
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Also placed in front of you on your desks the audit that I received today from the auditors. If you want to review that, just go through it, read it thoroughly, whatever you'd like to do, and we'll discuss it at the next meeting.
Anything exciting?
We'll lose about 30,000 of the undesignated fund this past fiscal year, so I thought that was pretty exciting.
Whole business. What's happening with the Beavers?
No, the Beavers. Actually, I don't know. They had, so on that Friday, after the meeting, and all the torrential rains that we had, my wife was supposed to be involved in the NF walk, which is the Native Cancer, Children's Cancer Foundation was holding a walk. And I got a call from my wife saying the walk was gonna need to be moved. And she asked me if I'd call Carol Brush to see what was going on, so I called Carol, she told me what was going on. I had gone to walk the trail to see how bad damage was, and Unitil was there just when I got there, so they opened the gate and let me go through. And as we got closer and closer and closer to the Arundel, I started getting really nervous. The washout was approximately 25 yards wide. They had to rip wrap the trail. It was getting so bad. The beaver dam had caused the impoundment of, I'd say, 40, 50 acres of land. There was a lot of water there. Unitil was concerned that they may have exposed pipe because there were sinkholes, like Melanie had said, that was starting to surface. Unitil came in, rip-wrapped, and the city of Bedford, to my knowledge, last week was going out to assess the damage and see how they were going to address that problem. Unitil wasn't in favor of waiting for IF&W to trap the beavers, so they just dismantled the dam as far as I know. And I believe Rick LaFlame had gone out there to try to expedite the relocation of those beavers, but I haven't gotten an update this week. But yeah, it was a mess, and it really was.
So Unitil dismantled the dam?
They did. And so now it's back to repairing what's out there. But they did, we stopped at the closest point is that we could, and when we started walking over, I could tell that the guy that I was walking with Unitil, when he said this is above my pay grade, he says I gotta go back to my truck and determine if he has a sensor that tells him he has exposed pipe, and he was concerned that there's a granite box culvert that's probably 150 years old, it's been there, and that whole culvert was blocked, and alongside that, right along where their pipe came through, you can see the water, there was no ground left, so he was concerned that they were going to have exposed pipe. So I haven't heard back from Unitil to see if what they've done, but I know that they had rip-wrapped the trail because they were afraid they were going to lose even more of it. So yeah, it was quite the ordeal. And literally get to that window from the town line.
I suppose we should send out congrats to the Historical Society. It was a decent event Saturday, so
Yeah, we had a good time.
that it?
A lot of people.
Glad to say the day was right.
Yes, oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
Every media outlet in York County, I think, covered it, and I was very surprised because there's never any mention of it in the Courier, and it actually made it across the Courier, so it started a wonderful article. And front page of the Courier, and then the Village is going to be doing follow-up to that event in their issue that comes out this month, so I thought it was a good turnout. It's kind of touch and go there for a few minutes at the beginning, but it was a nice event, and there was a lot of good feedback from what I got from people who went.
they call it LL Boot Day, LL Bean Boot Day, because everybody had on their boots and we had a great time.
I pulled out probably 8, 9.
And I pushed out.
Yeah, Ben pulled out a few. I didn't count, but I know he pulled some out. And the band folks with the trailer, he had to pull them in and then back out again.
Hey,
It was fun.
it's country.
Mudfest.
Yeah.
He was scared of the Jesus out of that poor lady the first time. Wheels are spinning, I walk up to tell her it feels, well, I'll pull you out, because it feels like the loader, it's coming right at her. She's going, what's he gonna do?
Nope, but I've heard nothing but positive feedback, so hopefully we drier next year.
Yeah, we are planning it next year.
I hope so.
Just about the same time, same place. We are going to change a few of the locations around, depending on how much we have done to the site by next year. And, consolidate some things. But, oh yeah, and everybody I talked to just had such a great time. And the Historical Society took it on as a project to kind of bring the town together, not as a fundraiser. And yet, by the time everything was all said and done, it looks like we're going to make a little money on it. So, thank heaven. And John said, Charlie says to John, the field will never be the same. John says, oh, give it another 2 weeks and it'll be right back to normal.
I was told they're going to cut the entry back to 4 o'clock instead of 6.
Yes, we are. Next year it will probably be either 9 to 4 or 10 to 4. Probably 10 to 4.
Anybody else got anything?
What did economic development say on Citgo?
They want to pursue it. And, I got an email into the post office to see what I'd let them know that the Board of Selectmen was supportive, but we weren't interested in spending thousands of dollars to get attorneys to get involved in this. So I'm waiting to hear back from the Postal Service as to what the appeal entails, if we just write a letter and say we want you to reconsider, or if we need to get data to support that request to reconsider. And once I've heard back from the Postal Service, I'll let you know.
What was the time?
We did also ask that the Postal Service justify the numbers that they came up with, because it seemed like an awful lot of money just to change a zip code.
45 days.
We could understand the 4,000 or 4,500 for the initial change, but then they were quoting us like $15,000 a year in additional operating costs and that just struck everybody as being out of sight. So,
Anything else, folks? All new business, we've got a motion to adjourn.
Come on.
Second. All in favor?